Welcome to Santos Brothers Eat, Food Worth Mentioning,
where Chef Jeff and his brother Kenny talk about their amazing adventures eating and tasting food that is so incredible, they have got to just share it with the world.
My mouth is salivating already.
All right, so this is Kenny Santos for Santos Brothers Eats. I'm here with my brother Chef Jeff Santos, and together we're your favorite Filipino foodies, where we talk about food worth mentioning. And we have something pretty interesting, almost like a twist or a fusion that we're going to be talking about today. But before we talk about that, I first of all got to introduce my brother Jeff. Say hi. How we doing there, Jeff?
Hey, how's everyone doing up there?
Yeah,
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you very much.
Excellent. So what I wanted to talk about was actually this particular article out of BlogTO. So let me pull that article up here. There's an article that I want to share on BlogTO. You probably have seen, Jeff? You seen this article? 10 major festivals and events coming back to Toronto
exactly
this year.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And what I want to show you, or everyone on the podcast, is the last one, August 19th to September 5th. The CNE is planned. So we're hoping that stays the plan, because it's been 2 years since we've missed out on what we've kind of nicknamed Epic Food Day. And we have several of those videos, Epic Food Day 2011, 2013. It's where we eat the deep fried butter, deep fried Mars bars, deep fried a lot of stuff. And even deep fried Coke.
Bacon.
Chocolate covered bacon, Twinkies, all sorts of deep fried stuff, along with other stuff that's not deep fried. I can't think of anything else that wasn't deep fried that was on the menu, but there's a lot of things on our Epic Food Days that that we are going to be eating. It's just a day. It's like whenever we go to the CNE, all the foods, I have a list, my brother has a list, and it usually overlaps with each other. And then we go eat the food, and we usually film it for prosperity so that we could share how we've enjoyed it. So I'm pretty happy to see that this is planned, and we hope that this stays the plan, because it's been too long since we've had Epic.
Yeah, it's been way too long. Like we thought last summer, 2021, they would reopen, but they decided, I think it was February, even early spring, they said, that won't happen. So it's been, surprisingly, it's been 2 summers without the CNE. Unheard of.
Absolutely. But I just want to touch on that before we get into what Jeff had to eat this week. I got a message from Jeff. Interesting that you've eaten this, Jeff, because typically we don't get to eat Indian food, whether it's West Indian or East Indian food. Were you just not eating with Diana that evening? I know that she worked.
Diana went to London, Ontario to visit a friend of hers. And so I took advantage of that and wanted to explore another. Some are good to eat, some are different, and some were, like Ken said, either East Indian or West Indian or something like that. And just so happens that I was going to the Costco in Mississauga, and this place called Twisted Indian Wraps was close by. So I decided to, you know what? Has Indian food, and it's a sort of a fusion thing. So I decided to go.
Yeah. So here's their website here, Twisted Indian Wraps. And of course, if you know the Santos brothers, we do love our Indian food, whether it's West Indian or East Indian. And if you know me, I love the walk and eat concept. I like walking around with food. I don't, if I have to sit down and eat, of course, I'm going to enjoy that. Of course, right? But if I have a chance to walk around with it, like whether it's a shawarma or a wrap or a sandwich or an ice cream cone or a pogo, whatever it is, if it's meat on a stick, whatever, I'd rather do it that way. And so this is pretty cool. Twisted Indian Wraps. Tell us, you saw it at Costco, but tell us a little bit about it. What makes it different than like some other Indian restaurant?
Okay, so like Ken said, it's a fusion place, Indian wraps, like there's roti and stuff like that, but this on the menu. So it's one of those places like Banh Mi where they have the same proteins and the same sides, but you have your different vessel. So one's like a rice bowl or a salad bowl, one's a roti wrap. But this one also had a naan wrap. And for those of you who don't know, naan bread, spelled Naan, naan bread, it's sort of like a thicker bread. And it's used either in traditional Indian cooking as either to wrap food in or to, like in Italian, you use it to sop up sauces. And that's what they use naan bread for. So what they actually did, they took naan bread and they made it into a wrap. So almost like a burrito almost idea. Um,
Yeah, and
like I said,
naan
I've
bread
had
is
roti
still
before.
it's thicker, but it's still a flatbread. Like it's still a
Yeah,
flatbread.
exactly right. Exactly right. So yeah, thicker, still flatbread, but they were able to make it into a wrap. So I decided, you know what, let's go with that. And that's, it's one of those items that was unusual. I've never seen it before. Like I said, I've had roti, but not a non-wrap per se. And of
Yeah.
course, they had butter chicken on the menu, so I went with that. But they had like vegetarian items. They had beef korma. But to me, butter chicken, is a personal favorite of mine. Yeah, so there we go. So rice bowls, wrap, baroti, I think that's how you pronounce it,
Yeah, the
and
roti
naan
wrap.
wrap.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And so here's something that I've never discussed with you before, Jeff, but well, a lot of my Indian friends, I wouldn't say a lot of them, some of them, they explain to me is that when you're eating with a bread, like a naan, or sometimes they call it chapati or a roti, is that, and someone who's Indian should really comment on this so that we get this correct, is that when they eat, typically, especially if they're eating with that bread, then they don't have utensils on the table.
No.
Utensils are actually like for peasants, and so if you go to an Indian restaurant and you kind of like push the utensils away, it's kind of like royalty. They would never use that. They would instead use the wraps. So just something to think about when you're in a restaurant like that. Yeah, have you ever heard of anything like that, Jeff?
I haven't.
Yeah.
But it's sort of funny how they think the peasants will use cutlery and not the royalty.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of weird, right? It's just kind of weird. And if you're, Indian, whether it's East Indian, West Indian, and if what I'm saying is incorrect, we'd love to hear about that. That's just what I've heard from some of my friends. So you can get bowls here. You can get wrap. I'm guessing you got the non-wrap, right? Because you've had roti before.
I've had roti, the burrito, as they call it.
Yeah, I've never heard it called that before. But yeah.
No. Yeah. That's exactly right. So yeah, it's like going to a Subway. They ask for your vessel, you want, and you ask for your meat, and then they had a small like cold table with the rice, with the salads, with the pickled onions, with the different yogurts and everything else. Of course, as you know us, so know me, I don't like anything spicy, so I made sure, nothing spicy, please.
Oh yeah,
I just want to enjoy it as best I could.
Nice. And so, I'm sorry, what did you get for your protein?
The butter chicken.
Oh man, that's good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Really, really good.
That's it.
So now I don't see the proteins listed. Are these just the proteins on here, the right?
I think it's protein options. So it's the third column, the column on the right. So chicken tikka, butter chicken, keema, but beef curry, sag paneer. I love paneer, which is like an East Indian cheese. But what I'm finding weird is that they're using cottage cheese as the cheese part. And
oh no, paneer, that's what Indians call it, cottage cheese. Like,
oh really?
Like
okay.
Yeah, like my Indian friends, like when they're making paneer on Facebook, sometimes they'll just call it cottage cheese, and it's like they're like paneer, and then they'll say it's like if they're making, like I remember one, they made like a mint paneer for Christmas. It's kind of strange, but they said it's a mint cottage cheese. So I don't think it's like cottage cheese out of the
we know
the tub.
All right.
We know. I think that's just what they call it.
Because what's the Indian cheese that's solid, like soft but solid, almost like mozzarella? I thought that was paneer. So
they just call it they just call it cottage cheese. But it's not. It's those big things that you're used to, right? Yeah.
Okay, so it isn't the cottage cheese that North Americans call cottage cheese.
No.
I get it.
It's in that. It's soft. It looks like tofu or mozzarella, as you said. Right?
Exactly right.
That's paneer. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So just
stand corrected.
So we know. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So you ended up getting the butter chicken. Always an awesome thing to get. And I would say this, butter chicken, if you are not used to Indian food, especially East Indian food, like is butter chicken even West Indian? I don't even think it is, right?
No.
But certainly if you want to try some East Indian food and you want like an entry, butter chicken's a good way to go because it's super tasty. It's super creamy. And what's nice, it's not too spicy, which is
No.
nice. It's something that's a good entrance in. You could always try other things, but butter chicken is really the way to go. So you ended up getting the non-wrap. Did you get anything else with that, Jeff?
Yes, I did. So as you may know, as Santos Brothers, we like our mango lassies. So I got one of mango lassi, of course. And then if you scroll down to desserts, I got an item called gulab jamuns,
Okay.
which is, and I like how they sort of title it. So go to the desserts and you go, all right,
Here's the mango lassi, right?
Yeah.
Before we even go and talk about the gulab jamun, oh wait, is that what it's called? Gulab jamun? Yeah, gulab jamun.
Yeah.
We're actually going to talk about this lassi, and because a lot of people, we may have mentioned it before, but a mango lassi is not simply like a mango smoothie or a mango shake.
No.
What makes it different, Jeff?
They actually add yogurt to it as well. Yeah, like it's right there. Freshly blended smoothie made with Greek yogurt. So I don't know if Greek yogurt's the usual, but I know it's a yogurt-based drink with mango in it.
Yeah, and then if you want to make this at home, you got to use the plain yogurt. Like you don't use like vanilla yogurt or something like that just because it's white. Use the plain yogurt and use either real mangoes or like a mango puree. And there's something about that yogurt mixed in with the mango that makes it so incredibly much better than a smoothie that's made with milk or ice or something like that.
No.
It's so much better. And so
it's sort of that sweetness of the mango with the tartness of the yogurt.
Yeah, just perfect. Whenever I have Indian food, I make sure to get a lassi, and it's almost like sometimes I get two. I get one for like to enjoy with the meal, and then I have another one after the meal. It's so good. And what's nice about a lassi is because it's dairy and yogurt based. If you're eating something that's a little too spicy, the lassi will calm it right down. So, yeah, absolutely.
And it did. Yeah, it did exactly that.
And so now, do you want to talk about the desserts, or you still want to talk about the wrap a little bit?
Let's just go to the desserts, just so we get it over with. I like how they called it. So gulab jamun is an East Indian dessert, but it said a twist on sticky toffee pudding. I never heard it that way before.
It makes sense, though, right?
It does.
Yeah,
it does. But then look what's the picture. And what that is, it's the one that's kitty corner to gulab jamun called East meets West cheesecake. So basically, it's a Manhattan cheesecake topped with gulab jamuns.
So yeah, those are the gulab jamuns on top. To me, they taste like almost like pancakes with a lot of syrup. They're soaked in syrup, but it's not a maple. It's more of a simple syrup.
Simple syrup, but there's like East Indian spice to it. Like cinnamon, maybe some star anise.
That's all.
Something like that.
Anise was in there. Yeah. I do love gulab jamun when I have a chance. It's rare that I do, just because often when I'm eating, like I'm just gonna have the mango lassi instead. But gulab jamun's super awesome, and I think it's pretty cool that they put it on a cheesecake. Did you get the cheesecake?
I saw it, and I was thinking, wow. But I was thinking to myself, you know what? I just want the gulab jamuns by themselves. Maybe this is something that I could do myself. Because the cheesecake they might have might be like store-bought cheesecake. So you're putting like a not so good quality item on with gulab jamuns. So I'm just masking it with the syrup. So I do like the idea of it. I just don't want to get it then. I just want the ordinary gulab jamuns by themselves.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've had gulab jamun. So super tasty. They're balls. Are they deep fried, Jeff? Like how are they made?
I think they are deep fried. Yeah.
Okay, so they're like donuts, but we're talking about like when they put that syrup on, it is soaked in there. It's not like a glaze that goes on top.
No.
It's saturated.
Yeah. It's floating in there. Exactly right.
Yeah. I mean, if you're diabetic, check your blood sugars because it is not. It's like more sugar than eating like ice cream. It is like very sugary, but super yummy.
Exactly right. But it's good though.
Oh, yeah, it's really, really good. And so now, did you have any pictures, Jeff?
I did. Yes.
Oh, yeah. And so, actually, let's start with this one here. Let's start with you in the front here. So here is Twisted Indian Wraps. Where is this place again?
So this is located in Mississauga by the Costco. So basically it's Dixie and Dundas. And from what I read online, I believe it was like maybe founded in Barrie. yeah, I can't see any other information of another location. So the original location was in Park Place, which is at South Barrie, where what's it called, Mapleview
Okay.
is. So where the old Molson brewery used to be. It's like a huge sort of mall complex. I believe that's where the first location was. And then one of the franchisees put one in Collingwood. There's one in Aurelia, and actually there's one close to Dylan's house, Ken. So maybe
wow.
next time we go there, we might go there to Dylan's house. We'll go to Twisted Indian Wraps.
Nice. Yeah.
So yeah, and
This
the
place
only
you want to try again?
yes, I wouldn't mind, and I'll show you why an example. But another location is actually the only Toronto location is at Yonge and St. Clair.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, so Yonge and St. Clair, Mississauga, and I think there's one in Vaughan.
Okay.
Yeah, and then everywhere else is like in Barrie, Collingwood, and Aurelia. And there's one coming in Woodstock and somewhere else in the west side
It's nice to see that they're
of the
doing
GTA.
well.
Yeah,
That's good.
they're doing
Twisted
very
Indian
well.
Wraps. So,
Mhm.
is it really like? Let's go back here. Is it really fusion or not really? It's just.
I don't think it is called. I don't think it is fusion.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just Twisted Indian Wraps. It's good though. So actually, while you're there on the burgers, Ken, let's stop on there
Okay.
because there's a few burgers that I want you to look at.
Okay.
So the Indian. So where is that one? Choice of. So look at that samosa burger and read the description.
Samosa burgers. 2 samosas smashed and served with chutneys of your choice. Okay.
So if I had to guess, it's not really a burger. It's just 2 samosas in a bun.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's a vegetarian option. Maybe, right?
Maybe, but it's a very carb heavy item.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That'd be very very carby. Interesting. At first, I was wondering, is it like a samosa on top and a samosa on bottom, and there's a burger patty in the middle? But that doesn't make sense, right? Yeah, it's just 2 samosas in a bun with chutneys. Actually, probably would taste pretty okay, right? It would be very hard heavy. Yeah,
It would.
Yeah, I do like the fries. They got masala fries, which is basically India's answer to poutine, right?
Yeah.
Fries with basically masala flavoring, maybe some chicken in there. Pretty cool. And of course, they have their own poutine. This place, it's not often that I see a place that's Indian that serves beef. And so
True.
I'm seeing.
So I guess that's where the fusion part comes to play.
Yeah, maybe that's the twisted part. Yeah. So it is interesting because, it is kind of fusiony because they do offer tacos, which isn't very Indian at all now that we're looking closer at things. But yeah, so we had, and then they offer cheesecake. So there's a whole bunch of differences going on, slightly twisted, which is kind of what we like. And so let's look on here. We also have, this is your meal. Oh man, there's the gulab jamun, there's the wrap, there's the lassi. This was the butter chicken naan wrap.
Yeah.
Tell us your thoughts on that, Jeff.
I liked it a lot. I found the chicken just a bit dry. I wish maybe I don't know if there's an option to ask for more sauce on the side. That way you can sort of dip it in to get more sauce. Like when I have butter chicken, I like a lot of sauce in my butter chicken. Yeah, and then you get some rice or some naan bread to soak it up. That was really good. I found it a little bit dry. I did like how you have your option of toppings. Like I said, like at a Subway place or a sandwich place, you have an option there. But yeah, it's a good concept. Naan bread to use as a wrap instead of roti or regular tortillas.
Very good. And just the wrap alone, what would you rate that?
Wrap alone, I give it, unfortunately, a 6.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's lower than I expected.
Yeah.
What gives it so low? Is it just that dry?
It was a dry chicken. I wanted a more sort of butter chicken taste. Like I've had quite a few butter chickens, and this was like one of the least flavorful ones that I've had, unfortunately. But I'm willing to give it another try. It's a good concept. But yeah,
look at their proteins here. Actually, just looking at going back to their website, they actually offer butter chicken poutine, which is kind of interesting. So
yes,
I've seen that before. I've never had it though. So would you, if you tried them again, would you change up the protein?
I would. I might. I
Okay.
might. Depend on how spicy the beef curry is, or even the chicken tikka, how
Okay.
spicy that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, chicken
Yeah.
tikka. It's like it says there. It's a chicken marinated and then it's roasted in a tandoori oven.
Nice.
So yeah. But that's most of the burger interests me though as well. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. I was like, wow, I want to try
Oh, we
this.
could
Like,
try that when we go,
yeah.
eh?
Actually, to be
Before we look
honest,
at your other pictures, let's look at their
yeah,
website. Oh man, is this it? That might be the samosa burger right there on their Instagram
yeah,
there.
there it
Yeah.
is.
So yeah, it is just 2 samosas inside. It
Mhm.
looks like a pretzel bun. Is that what you? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
actually, that's the bun they use, pretzel bun. So I guess it's like
Nice.
German and India fusion right there.
It's actually a pretty smart looking burger there. Now that it's right in front of us
Hmm.
there, I like the salsa that's on top,
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. Their Instagram looks very, very nice, actually.
it does.
So beautiful, beautiful. They actually have the pictures of the East meets West
Oh yeah, there's
cheesecake and all the
the cake
wraps
right
and
there.
things and the bowls. So yeah, check them out. We're going to leave both their website and their Instagram profile on the show notes or in the show notes. And so tell us about the lassie. Just rated out of 10.
Lastly, I only give it 7 as well. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know if it was prefabricated somewhere, but yeah, it was very bland. Unfortunately, it was.
I'll tell
You
you
know?
is that there's a place that you've heard of that I don't think you've been to yet, but I've been there a couple times called Can Beef Foods. That's on Ellesmere, just west of Bellamy, right?
Yes, I've heard of it. Haven't been there yet. No.
And they have this reputation for having the best samosas either in Canada or Toronto or something. And they do have good samosas. And I was walking there one time and I wanted a mango lassi. I like you. I tried their mango lassi and it just wasn't mango-y enough. And I was just
Mm,
like, a place like this, the mango lassi is subpar. That's not cool, right? You got to have a good tasting mango lassi if you're going to
yeah,
sell a mango lassi. And so
exactly
that
right.
one's only a 7 out of 10. What about the
Mm-hmm.
kalub jamon? They're always in
Village
bowls.
Moons, they were good.
They were good.
8.5 out of 10. You
Okay,
know,
almost a
they
9.
were
Okay,
hearty.
not bad.
They were nice and sweet.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, they were good. The
So
one thing I did
yeah,
find about these gulab jamuns is the syrup is actually thicker than usual.
is that
Um,
right? Yeah.
yeah, it was. I was like,
Were
oh,
they warm when you
interesting.
got them?
Yes, they were. They
Okay.
were. They had it on a little little heat lamp or a little warming plate. So, and even from the drive from there to home, which is about 15 minutes, they were still warm when I got them.
Yeah, Gulab Jamun, they're always better warm, but they're
Oh
perfectly
yeah,
fine, cool or warm, but they're
they're
always
room
better.
temperature. But yeah,
Yeah, they're always better when they're warm, though, which I really really enjoy. And so you would go to this place, maybe try. You give them another chance with the butter chicken. Is that what you're thinking?
no, I would give it another chance if we go. If you want to try the butter chicken again, or even maybe even the butter chicken poutine.
Hmm.
But that samosa burger really interests me. To be honest, I was kind of hungry afterwards. I actually got a sandwich after I ate this, and I said I should have got the samosa burger as well.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
I'd
yeah,
be open to
I
trying
should
the
have.
sag paneer,
Mm,
but the thing is that there's no meat, right? That's actually the protein. So
yeah,
it's more like I'd share that with someone just as long as I have my own protein or something.
hmm
That's how I would. That's how I would do it if I or when I visit this place. This place seems pretty cool. Maybe when we're up in Barrie, we'll come visit.
mm,
But I'm glad
yeah,
that you went so that we could share it with other people because it's definitely is when it comes down to it's food worth mentioning. And so we would visit it again. There's lots of locations. They're just branching out. Um, I'd rather probably go to the one in Barrie just because I don't like driving around too much, and I don't like the idea of
sorry.
bless you. I don't like the idea of going to Yonge and St. Clair. I just feel like there won't be parking there. So that's
No,
how I
no,
feel.
exactly right.
Yeah. So like you're going to Mississauga. I'm sure that place was just in the strip mall. You're able to park no
Hmm.
problems, right?
Oh yeah,
So yeah, I do like the downtown or the Toronto food scene, but I don't like the Toronto parking scene. I don't like
no,
that. So
not at all,
that's
not
why
at
I'm
all.
thinking, maybe Barrie somewhere else. But if you have a chance to come try it, we encourage you to try it, and not only try it, but we encourage you to let us know what your thoughts are. And if you're getting value from our podcast, from our videos, from our content, whether you're just getting entertained or if you just like our recommendations, we invite you to do something super easy, super simple. We invite you to like, subscribe, share, comment. It's a super easy way and a simple way for you to support our, I was going to say blog, but to support our podcast and to do so for free. Isn't that right, Jeff?
That is right. And also, if you have any recommendations, please let us know as well. And don't forget this quote from Julia Child: "People who love to eat are always the best people."
Yes, and that, of course, includes my brother, Chef Jeff Santos, and I'm his brother, Kenny Santos, and you as well if you love to eat food worth mentioning. All right, thanks a lot, everybody.
Okay, take care.
You've been listening to Santos Brothers Eat.
Food worth mentioning.